I don't even care about being the best in America. I'm the best in the world.
We are here for the final event to see who wins Street Fighter League.
We are excited to come back and play.
It's gonna be the biggest showdown.
One of these two teams will be crowned.
Nasser against Alpha 3s.
If you stand in my way, I will kill you.
He's not ready for this, though. Not ready for it. You're not ready for that. This is only the beginning. We're going to week 1. The stakes are significantly higher.
Oh my God!
You're still alive. He jumped back. Oh my God! The playoff spot is in the balance.
Do you believe in fate?
Oh my God! The block.
He's doing it for his team
This
right now.
Not easy. What a slugger of a match.
I'll end you quickly.
I'll show you.
Street Fighter World Champion!
I dare you to find better Street Fighter. I dare you.
Steve,
Oh,
what's
my God.
happening?
It's so good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Monday night on Capcom Fighters, where we pit 2 brilliant players in the ring for another first to 10 and have some pre-match interviews and post-match interviews with the players. We've had some good discussions in recent weeks. However, on this side of my screen, if you're not part of the European FGC, I'm going to enlighten you on something very tragic that happened over the weekend. You might be familiar with a player named Takamura, one of the best that hails from the European region. Unfortunately, it comes with this, that his brother has passed away, I believe, on Saturday. A lot of the French community and the UK community came out, and they were putting out tweets and statements saying how much this man right next to me affected their lives in a positive way, because this guy was probably one of the nicest people on the godforsaken planet, and it is such a shame to have him leave us here. Even the people with me in the back, we know him as well. Met him in the Gfinity days. I didn't know him as long as other people did, but it is definitely a tragic loss to the FGC, because he was not the only member we lost in the community as well. This is touching, and again, at the end of the day, FGC, it brings us together, and we all like to chat a bunch of breeze and play some games and have some fun. But please, if you guys want to give a message to Takamura, please just give him a message on his Twitter and make sure he's okay. He might read it, he might not, but it's a very tough time for him, because him and his brother were joint at the hip. Anywhere Takamura went, this man over here sent him there and gave him his full support. And not only did this man have big aspirations for the Belgian FGC, he had some big aspirations for the European FGC as well. But like I said on my Twitter, and everyone else did as well, rest in power, Kester Roz. This man was such a great person as well. Heck, there's been a lot of people as well trying to get involved and sort out a donation drive for his funeral as well. And shout outs to the stream team in the back. They have sorted out a URL that directs you guys straight to his donation drive for the funeral that the Belgian FGC have sorted out. So if you want to donate anything, something small, anything will help, you can donate it towards as well. I might not look it, but I'm pretty upset as well because, again, this man was a fantastic person. And I promise you, he was never, ever angry at anything or anyone. He was so supportive there. But if you want to do anything to support this man and make sure Takamura is okay, then please, please do so. But again, I will be joined, I won't be on my ones tonight. I will be joined by my lovely compadres, all my minions as we call them. We do have Veggey and Olvaha here. They are with me now. Gentlemen, it's good to have you back once again. So how are you guys feeling, first of all? Veggey, we'll start with you.
I also want to send out my condolences for Kester Roz. I met him in the after the Street Fighter V era. Started meeting him when I came back to the scene, and he was just such a, as you said, an amazing person who was always smiling, always ready, always positive, go-getter, make things good for everyone. And I was just I don't think I've even really realized it. I think it's just extremely sad for the scene and for his family, of course. It's a horror. I'm just very sad about that, and I want to send big condolences to his family and friends.
For sure. Olvaha, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with everything that has been said about this man before. I didn't have the pleasure of meeting him personally, but I know how much the community meant for him, how much he valued everything, and how much he worked for the community in general. And I also wanted to thank Salt Mine League for actually having a moment of silence yesterday for Keftaro's memory, which was really, I appreciated everyone who came through and actually was really respectful in the chat during the moment of silence we had. It was very beautiful. And yeah, like everything has been said, this is a really devastating loss, and my condolences to all of his friends and all of his family members. It must be tough times, so hang in there.
Yeah, for sure. Because, like I said before, and these guys will vouch for me when I say it as well, wherever Takamura went, somewhere in the background of that camera, Kester Roz was there. And Kester Roz was funding a lot of trips that Takamura meant. He tried to make Takamura into one of the best players, which it is coming to fruition. It has come to fruition in the Street Fighter scene. So honestly, I don't know about you two. I wouldn't be surprised if Takamura wanted to put this stuff down and kind of recollect his thoughts and think about what to do. Because again, like I said, anyone who has siblings, anyone who has kids, it's like when you are joint at the hip like that, it's hard. It's hard for a lot of people. And again, even just sending a message to Takamura, just saying hope you're okay, my condolences, of course. Because again, I was on the way to doing the CPT, and I saw one or two messages. I was like, wait, that's nothing to joke about. That's a bit serious. And then when I saw the French community, I started saying it. And then Veggey, you'll know as well as I do, the French community don't lie about anything. They don't lie about anything. So when they put that up and started talking, I was like, yo, this actually might be a thing. And then, of course, obviously the UK guys were talking about it, spread the news as well. And we tried to get a special picture, which we did at the end of the day one stream, special honorable moment for Kester Roz as well. So like I said, rest in power, Kester Roz, because again, it is very sad times. So we'll try and bring up the mood as well. But again, this is still a bit of a shock for all of us, because this is 2 days after hearing the news. So it is pretty damn rough. But I think we have our stream team in the back. They have put a link in the stream chat there. If you want to donate anything or make a donation, there's a link there, eufgc.life. It will redirect you to Kester Roz's donation page as well. So any small contribution, it will deeply be appreciated by myself, Veggey Olvaha, and the rest of the team, and of course Takamura and the rest of Kester Roz's family there. But yeah, we wanted to make sure that it's going to be highlighted. We're going to actually do a special thing at the end of the stream as well, but we got to make sure that I turn these frowns upside down, because I don't want to get these guys disheartened all the time. But yes, Richard, do you mind rolling the fight card for tonight, please, and thank you, because we did have a change of plans in tonight. Originally, we were supposed to get ISTD going up against Jimmy for the run back. But tonight, we're going to have an all-UK affair because we did get these guys on. I had them scheduled for a different week to play, but they luckily had some time, and thankfully they're coming on the show because it will be tonight. Broski going up against Shivs in a first attempt. We do have them in the waiting room, and it's going to be interesting to see which characters pick. Hey, there you go. Again, some of I think some of the most active streamers we have in the UK scene, or more so the European scene, in regards to fighting games in general. And these guys are very close friends. I mean, Shivs likes to call Broski by his first name like every single time, like he's his mum. And these guys get along so well, and it's going to be great to see them play because these guys go back and forth in casual sets, and they like to troll each other on each other's streams. So it'd be great to hear their discussion or their opinions on certain things regarding Street Fighter 5, as well as which characters they're going to pick for tonight's first to 10. So some people are asking, there is no going to be ISTD and Jimmy tonight because Jimmy did tell us earlier today he is seriously ill. And if you are seriously ill, you probably shouldn't be doing anything for the whole day, or probably for the week. So we're hoping to get that rescheduled for next week. If not, it might be the week after. The set will happen. Do not worry. But I'm not trying to force Jimmy to do something when he's not 110% like in healthy conditions. I don't think you'd want that on anyone.
No.
So, but yeah, what are we thinking about tonight, boys? Broski versus Shivs. Veggey, how you feeling this one might pan out?
You know, I had like getting back into the Street Fighter 5 scene. These are two of the first players I actually looked at that I didn't know that much about back in the Street Fighter 4 days. Okay. And the reason why I looked at them was because we were looking for our third and fourth player for Gfinity, and these were two of our potential picks because they were had already risen so far. So I know that these are very capable players with now a plethora of characters to bring to the table. So I'm thinking we're in for more than just a regular my main versus your main. We'll see. I don't know, but I think we're going to be able to see a lot of good stuff and kind of like an exploration of the game. And I'm excited to see these two players play. It's like as you said, they're good friends. It's coming in at the right time for me. Okay. These two Jammerz.
I don't know what's wrong with you, I swear to God. Olvaha, Olvaha, how are you feeling about the set that's going to be happening tonight?
Like Veggey said, I completely agree. These both players are really like character specialists. Oro and Dalsim, they're not really your ordinary out-of-the-mill characters. And also Menat for Shivs, for example. So I have to say that this will be very interesting. I think also we're probably going to see more than two characters in this set. Okay. So we might start with Oro for Broski, and we might start with Menat for Shivs. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting, and I really like all of these characters. So I'm very happy about tonight.
For sure. Speaking of the devil, Olvaha mentioned Menat, and our lovely teenage prognosticator did win and qualify for the CPT through the past weekend of the Nordic Baltic CPT. Richard, if you can pull that up so we congratulate our lovable person from Sweden, arguably Sweden's best player in my personal opinion, and what representation that is going to be at the Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's give congratulations and credit where credit is due. Reichman's Barnet will be heading to Capcom Cup A early 2022. What a run he had from start to finish, and even in the grand final, which I urge you to go and check that out, he did give Phenom a run for his money, and boy was he rewarded for that as well. And there is an interview that myself and Paisai, shouts to Paisai for joining me on commentary over the weekend. Me and Paisai did interview Reichman's Barnet, and he had quite a couple of interesting things to say regarding Menat, CPT in general, and what he's going to be doing, preparing from now until the finals. So please head on over to Capcom Fighters and do check that out there. But that was the second last CPT event this month. I think the final one is going to be Japan number 3. Yes, it's Japan number 3. That is going to be happening this weekend. I'm pretty sure that is jam-packed, filled with some of the killers signed up that still haven't qualified. But they're all your qualified players for the Capcom Cup currently. They've still got Kusanagi in the wrong place, but they are, as you can see, they put Reichman's Barnet there along with Papoy. Do you know, shouts to Papoy in the Russian scene as well. And also, we are going to talk to these two because they are Scandinavian next to me. We have to give homage because these guys are fantastic people. But you know, shouts to the Scandinavian community as well because they came out in full force, and I definitely feel
did.
in my personal opinion, the top 8 we saw yesterday was probably the pinnacle of representation from the Scandinavian scene, and it did include my co-host Veggey here. So, Veggey, I gotta ask you. Overall, how did you feel about not only the top 8 but the tournament overall? How did you feel about it?
I'm really happy that 57 players signed up for the Nordic region, because you know that the Nordic region is like, it's always been small in fighting games. There's always been like, we at the end of 4, we were like 4 players who were active. Me, Phenom, and a couple of other guys who you might know now. And then in Finland, they might have a few more, and in Sweden, it was just like very few players. And seeing that we managed to get 57 for maybe one of the smallest regions in the entire scene, tour was really good for me. I saw Norwegian players and they were getting hyped. They were really enjoying their experience. I was with them on voice when I was done playing. It was a great experience both as a competitor and as like a community watcher who's been here for a very long time. So I'm very happy for the event. It was a great experience all over.
Cool. Olvaha, do you share the same sentiment? You want to shout out the Finnish boys?
Yeah, I do. Shout outs to all my Finnish compadres who were attending and doing so well this weekend. I was like rooting for my boys all weekend. It was really awesome. I did enter myself. I didn't do as good as Veggey and the others. Like, it didn't really come as a surprise for anyone, probably. But look, I'm honest with myself. I'm okay, but I'm not like the best in my region. So there's a lot of talent. So credit to that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But we were on Discord as well. We were discussing tactics. We were discussing potential matchups. We were actually doing, with one of my friends from Finland called Freyan, we were doing like a pre-CPT event stream where we kind of discussed the whole brackets and how we think it's gonna go down. And it was really fun. And we were sharing matchup technology, everything. People were like super teaming with life during the weekend. They were discussing the brackets and who they're gonna face next and share some tips against this player and etc. So it was really exciting, and I really enjoyed everyone who was attending this weekend. We definitely, Finland came out full force, but also shout outs to all the other Nordic countries who came out and represented Norway, all the others, and of course the victory went to Sweden, so shout outs to Reichmans Barnet for that.
Yeah, for sure. Great opinions from both of you two there. But as you can see on your screens right now, this is the schedule for the upcoming months. There's actually not that many CPTs left, surprisingly, for this season. Obviously, it's going into early January before we conclude for the finals. But like we said, at the end of this week, it will be Japan's 3rd CPT out of 4, because they will be closing out the regular season with their 4th and final one. When we move over into November, there will be Southeast Asia, there will be Brazil, and there will be East Asia too as well. And then obviously in December, we're going to have France, Spain, and Portugal 2nd one. We're going to have North America, Canada, Midwest 2nd and final CPT. And of course, the UK and Ireland's 2nd and final CPT as well. So some of these CPTs coming in the latter part of the season are going to be an absolute bloodbath. Hopefully you guys can join the respective teams that are going to be streaming and commentating those, because again, still juicy action, especially in the pandemic era of fighting games. These guys continue to provide and deliver. And again, just like this past weekend, we had some good games. We had some good games, had a couple of dark horses, some tons of surprises, and hey.
Shout outs to Yonzai.
Yes. Do you know what? Shout outs to Olvaha for telling me about Yonzai. I had little to like no information of him, but
and let's not forget about the term you learned over this weekend. What did you learn, Jammerz?
What was it? Was it Pasa?
Pasa? It's actually Pasa, but
Pasa?
But yeah.
Okay.
So that sounds English. That sounds so English.
And like it means command grab. Like people call Pasa, like command grabs in Finland. We call them Pasa. Pasa, baby. Jammerz, you really adopted that term. I'm so proud of you, man.
Well, I mean, like, I just learned the word because the stream team told me, yeah, they said Pasa means command grab. And I said, well, this guy's about to get EX Pasa. Like, you know, because literally Gulag came out with the EX command grab one of the sets there. But
it was so awesome.
Hey, listen, it was some GGs nevertheless. But speak of the devil, we do have our guests lined up and ready in the waiting room, because we got a couple of things we want to bring to the table. And even one of our guests wanted to bring a topic to the table for us to discuss. So
whoa, danger.
Bring on our lovable guests, Broski and Shivs, into the chat. and let's get this little pre-game chat sorted before we get these guys in the first to 10 here. So let me find out that both our lovely gentlemen can hear me. Have we got Shivs and Broski here?
Hello.
There's
Hello.
one.
Yo.
Right, where's Shivs? Have we got Shivs as well?
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Yay. Hello.
Fantastic. All right, so first of all, thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming on the show and taking part in this first to 10. Secondly, I have to warn you guys, everyone in the chat, if you do follow Street Fighter 5 in the social media community, putting Veggey and Broski in the same room was probably not the greatest idea I've had. I've made a couple of mistakes in my life. This is another one. But we're going to let this one rock and see how far it goes. But firstly, we gotta talk to Shivs, because I approached Shivs, asked him to come on the set on the show, and he said, "Jammerz, I want to talk about something with you." And I was like, "Well, okay, all right." So, would you like to enlighten the peoples what you'd like to discuss with the classroom, Shivs?
So, recently,
oh my God,
well, now that we're getting past this whole COVID phase and everything, and everyone's going back to these offline events, we had our local WSO recently, and we had to play on the PS4s again. And a lot of us who've been playing online for the CPTs and stuff over the past 2 years have been using PC pretty much exclusively with like whatever monitors you want to get, whatever Hertz monitor. But all of us have been using PC for the most part. The transition over to PS4 has been really bad, in my opinion, to the point where I felt like when I was playing Manat, I felt like I was lagging offline. It felt very underwater for me. And I really just couldn't imagine going back to playing on that full time.
Damn, that sounds rough. Okay, I mean, let me ask you this impromptu question on the spot. What if you could do an event in your own way and you had the budget to do it? What would you propose to make people make that transition? Because again, in an ideal world, you'd want to just set 20 billion setups with PC, 144, 240 hertz monitors, whatever the hell you call them, and then get everyone playing in the most optimal conditions. But right now, we can't do that. So would you have a proposal? Because you don't want to go back on PS4. PS5 is a little bit higgledy-piggledy there, and that's people still don't agree with that. But you can't have everybody bringing a gaming laptop or a custom PC setup to the venue. So would there be anything you could propose?
So I thought about this for a bit, and I thought that the only actual solution originally was to do invitationals, but then that kind of goes against the grassroots of the FGC of it being open bracket and being an equal opportunity for all of the players, regardless of skill level, to compete. So what I was really thinking about for the most part was running the open brackets in an online way like we do now, and then the winners of those, regardless if it was 8, 16 or 32 event or tournaments, those players get flown out or whatever to offline events and they play on the PC format. So it's still inclusive. Everyone gets the opportunity regardless of skill level, regardless of experience. But only really for the Pro Tour side, because I do understand a lot of people just do this for the social element as well, and they still need those offline events to get along with people and meet new people. So I get that. But I think overall for the Pro Tour side, maybe it would have been more viable to do online events with the offline being pretty much PC for the winners.
Okay. Broski, do you share the same sentiment as Shivs, or would you like to counter that or anything?
I think everyone complaining about lag is just using an excuse.
Hey!
Nah, he's lying. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. He's a liar.
I know he's going to cause turmoil.
He's a liar.
I know he's going to cause turmoil, but now we'll get the Broski answer. Come on, Broski.
I actually agree with the idea that we start out with a preliminary online qualifier on PC, and then if you qualify through to that, you can then go to an offline event with fewer setups. Because I think one of the things I was looking at recently is, I don't know if you guys have seen this Steam Deck. It's like a little portable.
Yeah, that will be releasing soon. Similar to what the Switch looks like, but it's going to be Steam's
Yeah,
version of that.
it's like a Switch for PC, but I was thinking that might have some potential for offline events, because it's supposed to be able to play fighting games fairly well, so that might be an answer too.
Okay,
and it goes all the way to 120, so, and it should have DisplayPort, so I mean it's possible.
I'm sure somebody will find a solution in the next year and a half. It might be very unlikely, but I mean, Veggey, you got any opinions on the matter? Because I know you're itching to say something about PC.
No, listen, I love Street Fighter 5 on PC. Is one of the greatest gaming experiences of my life.
Okay.
Honestly, I love it a lot. I think it's really fun, enjoyable. I streamed for 8 hours, 3 days a week. 3 days last week, like without like. That says something. Okay. So that is definitely, that game on PC is very, very enjoyable. So I'm also very like passionate about this because it would be awesome to see some offline PC events. And there is one solution you could do if you had local area network connection in the game. If you had the LAN option, like most other games do, Counter-Strike does, League of Legends does, and then the tournament organizer could just host the tournament, and if you wanted to go there and didn't want to bring your stuff, you would play on the PlayStation 4. But if you wanted to, you could bring your laptop and just plug in, and then you would play local area network mode versus the PlayStation 4 player. Or he could, of course, just sit down and say, I want to play on your PC with you. It doesn't matter. The thing is, you could have the tournament organizer supplies PS4, and if you're fine with that, you go and play on PS4. But if you want there to be a PC experience, you can bring your own setup and you can connect it through a local area network mode. And then I think that is a way to kind of like, if it's that important to you, you can bring it yourself. But if you don't care, the tournament can still be there. The tournament can run, and the players, it's on them to bring their own gaming laptops and just connect up local area mode.
Well, you say
kind of like Counter-Strike. Yeah.
You say it's on the players, but not everyone has a laptop to bring or one they want to take out of the house. I don't know.
Yeah, but not everyone has can afford an arcade stick, right? It's where is the limit on how expensive equipment? Like, it's not everyone. It's not as not everyone is equally dedicated and has equal opportunity for sure. But I still don't see how it would be kind of unfair, because if you did run into that PC player, you would be able to play on his setup with him. If that's where your preference was, you would be able to plug into his computer, so you wouldn't have a disadvantage against him. The thing is, I'm thinking this kind of way. If you had a local area network mode, you could set up tournaments where you could be less. You could just supply your thing, didn't need to worry about complaints. The players just bring what they need. But maybe it's too hard. It's just an idea. I think the Steam Deck might be the best solution.
Well, it could be, but this is a very broad and open discussion with a lot of different takes and variables that come into the equation. I mean, we got to get Olvaha's opinion on this before we move on to another question, because I don't want to leave you out of this one. You got any thoughts on this one?
Thanks, man. I think it boils down to what the tournament organizers are most capable of doing, because I totally understand logistics is a real thing, and people saying that, oh, just do this and do that, they really don't have a realistic clue about that, and that's what I think. So sometimes you have to work with what you got. So that's probably
PS4. Sometimes what you got is just a PS4. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's realistically the most easy option, so I totally understand that. And yeah, I think that's my opinion on that, because I'm not personally a tournament organizer, so I don't really feel like I have a right to say that much, because I don't have a realistic grasp of that situation. But yeah.
No, listen, honest opinion. And it was great to get everyone's take on this, and it was good that even Shivs brought it to the table, because again,
but your take.
My take?
We need to hear your take as well, Jammerz.
Well, I believe...
There's five people here, not four.
Yeah, but
the fifth take. Let's go.
I'm just the guy that asks questions and moves on. I play on PS4. I train on PS5, and I play games on PS4. At the end of the day, if Poison's Crouch Fierce works, I don't really care. And you can press that. You can press that in any sort of environment you want. So I'm not particularly too fussed about it. I get some people can be finicky about the situation, but again, you roll with the times. That's what I did. I moved from PS4 to PC, and I'm playing on PC now. And I think I'm actually playing on the wrong settings on PC. So God forbid, God forbid, none of you want me playing on the right settings. You might have to. You might actually have to. But anyway. Right, I've got to move on to our next question, and this is regarding Shivs. Over the weekend, I'm pretty sure you saw the CPT, which Reichmann's Barnet did win, using your beloved character, Minat. How did you feel knowing Reichmann won that, and then he's going to the cup using Minat? Is she still a good place to win a tournament by herself?
Yeah, to be honest, Reichmann and I, we speak a lot on Discord, and we're very good friends. and we both really fancied his chances of winning the event prior to this.
Okay.
To be honest with you, a lot of good matchups in that region for Menat. Do I think she can win tournaments on her own? Yes. Sako pretty much does it. Reichman did it this weekend. Is it a little bit of bracket luck involved? Yeah, I think she has some really rough matchups here and there against characters like Balrog and Bison. But, you know, sometimes you're just going to have that bracket luck where you don't run into any of those characters. Or if the guy is a character specialist, he's going to know the matchup well enough. Menat probably has the best V-trigger in the game, so even in matchups that are really bad for her, that V-trigger can turn the game on its head, like, regardless of what situation you're in. So I'm really proud of Reich. I'm really happy for him. I think Menat is a really good character, and I'm so happy we're going to get to see her at Capcom Cup.
Cool. That's perfect. Broski, let me ask you this about the grand final. I assume you watched the grand final between Reichman and Phenom, correct?
Yeah.
How did you feel about Phenom changing the cami in that last game?
I don't think I agreed with that switch. I know Phenom has been working on a cami. Most people in Europe have probably run into it in ranked a few times. He has got a very good cami, but I think Reichman especially has played that matchup to death. Like, he enters Salt Mine every week pretty much, and he's at some point usually playing against Hurricane. And, you know, the difference between a cami main and a cami sub is quite a big deal in this game. So I think Phenom maybe should have stuck it out with Karin or even Nikali. But I thought that cami pick, I wouldn't have made it if it was up to me.
Okay. Someone closer to home. Veggey, how did you feel when he went from Nikali to cami? Because that was a big decision he had to make after losing with Nikali that second game, or that third game, sorry.
Yeah, I feel like he had kind of given up or was exhausted from playing the matchup with Karin. He felt like probably a lot of extra work a lot of the time, since it is a hard matchup for Karin. Tried Nikali, didn't work. He had a crucial drop in the second game, which would have given which would have been very big for him. So I mean, it's not like he was like over with Nikali. He could have brought it back with him with Nikali. But when he went to cami, I think his cami is very strong right now. Personally, it's his hardest character for me to beat when we play free play. So it's not like I think it's a bad pick. I think that he did some really bad decisions in the game with cami. That cost him more so than his cami not being ready. And I think those decisions came down to him being very flustered, and he had the tournament. It's like one shimmy, missed the stand light kick, and then everything snowballed. I think he could have played any character. He had just very rare moment of seeing my boy Phenom actually kind of like falling a bit apart, because he's usually so good at staying
for sure.
Well, I mean, we spoke about this before, because even I asked you like a week, 2 weeks prior. I said, how's Phenom doing? You said he's stressing. And it's like,
yeah, it's
the one and only chance. It's the one and only chance that he had. And I did say, Phenom is marked down. He is pegged as the favorite from the tournament, but his biggest hurdle was Reichman's Barnet. And Reichman's Barnet is, in my opinion, like I said, the best player in Sweden. So again, it was a great grand final to watch. Unlucky for Phenom for not qualifying. First time he's not going to be attending Capcom Cup. But congratulations to Reichman's Barnet for making it to the Cup. He's got a lot of preparation to do. We got about time just for one more question before we go to a break. And I know because you two have big questions, so we might have to leave that until after the first to tell and kick you off there. Broski, now that you've had extensive time with Aura, and you seem to be having a lot of fun with him, because obviously I asked you on day one how you felt about him, and it was too early. Do you still think it's too early to give like a sort of somewhat solid opinion on the character, or you might want to talk about maybe like strengths of Auros and probably what his bad matchups are in your personal opinion are right now?
Yeah, so when I came on for that, the last time I was on this stream, it was the day one, and I was feeling very shaky, and I didn't really know what to make of Oro. A lot of people were making, you know, very, very negative assumptions on day one. I saw a lot of people speculating he might be like bottom one or something. Fortunately, I've been playing him a lot over the last 2 or 3 months, however long it's been since he came out. And I do think he is a lot stronger than people give him credit for. His V-Trigger 2, Tengu Stone, is ridiculous and very cheap. It's like Menat's V-Trigger 1, but doesn't require you to think, which is a big deal. I think he has some weaknesses against characters that have easy ways around fireballs. His fireball zoning is a little bit suspect, and some of his normals have a lot of whiff recovery, so you know, against neutral monsters like Karen, it can be very tough to just hold your ground. But I think he's definitely like not a bad character. I don't think he's like top tier either, but he's somewhere in the middle, I would say.
Okay. Yeah. In your experience, which characters have given you the most trouble? Like, not even as a comeback. It's like when you start playing the match, you're like, this doesn't feel good, and I haven't even done anything yet.
Poison is terrible in that regard. She just dominates in neutral. Cody is, I think, a big problem for Oro. Dowson's bad. I think most of the characters that have like better long distance zoning than Oro tend to just beat him at it as well.
Okay.
You beat Miss Crimson in tournament though. I watched that. That was beautiful.
Yeah. But Crimson got him back.
He was very unfamiliar.
Yeah, Crimson got him back.
He got me. I 3-0'd him.
I remember.
And then he
That's
3-0'd
true.
me.
Yeah.
So it's my.
Do you know what? Okay. Just before we go, Broski, I don't know if you saw it. When you beat him, if you went on his stream, he immediately looked at Oro. Like, he immediately looked at him. And then when they faced each other again, it's almost like he remembered. So, and he done that against when I played him with Rose in that same tournament. He looked at Rose immediately after. He said, what the hell's going on? It's like, so you can catch some people out with these characters, but I think, as Broski was alluding to, it's like when they come back and have the correct knowledge, it's probably not going to be as easy or as straightforward as you think it is. But, I mean, it's great that you even picked him up and you're having, like, tons of fun with him because he looks fun to watch. I don't want to play him, but he looks fun, at least watching you play him, Broski.
Oh, yeah, he's a blast to play. I love the design of the recent DLC characters in general. They're really fun to play.
Yeah.
Do you have an instant overhead when you're in V-Trigger 1? If you do that thing?
You can on big bodies with jump jab, I think, but only on tool characters.
Okay, cool. Right, gentlemen, we have to cut this short because we do have to take a break. The stream team are getting a bit angry in my ear, but we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get these guys in a lobby and kick off that 1st to 10. So grab some snacks, grab a drink, and don't go nowhere. We'll be back with you shortly with Shivs going up against Broski in a 1st to 10.
Yes.
Orbs.
Itsuka. あの背中に追いつくためにさて一丁やってやりますかねえさっさすりゃすりゃいけとあいつすりゃさっさと始めようぜ俺は誰にも負けねえ
What's the meaning of fate? You shall know. Was that a shot? Sword fire! Punishment! Was that a shot? Can you keep up? Sword fire! Sword fire is the end for you! power's nature. Face on a spot!
PlayStation.
Episodes of sets. I'm just going to keep talking because I don't care what my stream team is thinking about right now. It is going to be Shivs going up against Broski, and they are going to probably, it's not character locked the first to 10, but it's going to be interesting as to see who they will pick. Let me just double check for myself back there. Some people have been asking, where is ISDD? Where is Jimmy? I look left, I look right, they are not in sight. We did get a message earlier from Jimmy today. He is seriously ill, so we wish him well, and hopefully he comes back fully recovered in health. And of course, we did message ISDD. He didn't look at his phone. That is basically what happened here. So hopefully we can reschedule these guys for next week, or we can get them sorted for the week after here. But the gentlemen that we do have, and they appeared last minute, so thank you once again for Broski and Shivs coming up. This is going to be a UK affair. It's going to be between very good friends. They use zoners, but they might not use zoners. We're going to see. A lot of people are expecting maybe an aura from Broski. Some people might not. Hey!
Ooh,
So it's
going
going
in!
It's
Rose!
It's going to be the Season 5 DLC characters. Oro versus Rose. Interesting. I played a little bit of Rose.
Yo, this is
same
fire. Look at the shirt.
The characters,
This man came out with style.
I feel like it's like personification. Can you say that word?
Yeah.
Yeah, of Broski's Twitter personality, to be honest.
An old term in this game.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting that they're going to experiment with their new characters and go for the first to 10 here. Now, Rose is actually a very well-designed character as an individual. She doesn't really work out in this game. Maybe there might be a couple of things that will work out in Rose's favor in this match. You might see Soul Satellite a fair bit, but one thing you got to keep an eye out for in terms of Oro's gameplay is how frustrating Broski will be with the zoning as well as the aerial options, because he can double jump forward, backwards. You know, he can put the on EB out and then mix things up with the Tiger Knee step. Like, there's some stuff that Oro can do, man.
I feel like Oro wins when he gets started in the zoning against Rose. How do you feel?
Well, it's looking interesting right now. He's got him in the corner, going to activate Tengu Stone.
Okay.
And he has to take the slot. Oh, wow, he didn't.
I really like that activation from Shivs, though, trying to make him be reversal. He never did. Got the throw, and here's that V-trigger, which is so potent, and he finds the hit. Oh, missed. Oh, yeah, out of time, yeah.
Oh, that was very fortunate.
Ooh, let's go.
That was very fortunate for Shivs that the V-trigger ran out there.
All right. Well, I mean, good reaction to the Nichirincho, the fireball with EX Soul Spiral.
Nice jumping as well.
I think Shivs should be working to anti-air more with Soulbind, the scarf, because that's the more optimal anti-air. Oh, nice air-to-air, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice air to it. Very similar to young Zeku, actually, the jumping medium punch there.
A lot of characters have their jump meter. There you go.
There we go.
It's like he heard me.
Yeah, maybe it didn't mute you. You know, who knows, Jammerz? Oi.
Okay, gets hit by the stomp there, the stray stomp.
And I'm liking Shivs' usage of V-shift early, just mid-screen, just get out of dodge. You're going to get to activate later anyway, so you might as well just do it.
Right, so this is where Onibi comes out really well, right? So if you block the fireball or you get hit by it, like full screen, he can just summon V-skill 1. It makes it incredibly difficult to get around it for a lot of characters. Nice jab into the hit grab there from Broski to take that next round. And he's got CA available as well. Don't think he'll spend it early, but...
And you see... Yeah, Broski is definitely knowing that after that throw tech, the V-trigger is ready. Shivs wants to activate. Broski immediately jumps and just catches him in the recovery for the round. Great awareness from Broski.
I feel like Broski really landed some nice jumps in the last round there.
Okay,
there you go. Following that with this round as well.
And dude, the EX... I need to double check the name of that. Yay! On the Yanma to get the stun. Oh, he's going for the optimal stun.
Damage.
Look at that. Is he going to get set up shot? No, he's going to go for the optimal
I love these
combo.
combos. This man is so fun.
Oh, that's the activation I like. Will we see a reset, you think? A reset would be sick for the damage now.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Something doesn't matter. Great damage. I love it when you hit confirm with Rose V-trigger. This is the V-trigger that makes Rose look like a real character in a way that is very solid. Shivs took like half the life. Closing in on the last round, although nice, gets the double satellites.
Look at this, so much durability on screen right now.
But here's the thing though, even if, all right, good close out there. That is one of Oro's best pokes, that crouching medium punch. Absolutely insane, especially when he activates with that as well. I think, sorry, one of the most annoying things is when Rose gets the double satellite, you're allowing basically Oro to bring out the Onibi, the giant orb, right? And that's three hitting fireball, right?
Yeah.
So you're already losing in that war, so you have to throw out another fireball, and your orbs have probably disappeared because of the durability from the V-skill 1 as well. So I'm not sure in the long run if that's a good idea to do. Charge up your V-skills when Oro summons his, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Oro is gonna win the zoning no matter what way you look at it. So Shivs might have to, you know, start trying to close the gap. Nice air throw from Broski there.
I mean, we could see if Shivs stops with the V-skills as because it's a great point from Jammerz and just tries to split up the regular zoning shot, maybe switch up the V-skill, because the neutralization from Broski definitely makes the whole V-skill kind of redundant from Shivs at this point.
Exactly. Ooh, he's jumping. Didn't confirm though, unfortunately. Oh, what the air!
It's unfortunate. Broski knew he was probably going to be looking for like a
right, so that's a little bit better. When he puts out heavy soul punish and lets that collide with the Onyanma, you already take away two things there. So you can throw a fireball, then you can call out the soul satellite. It's a bit different.
That's probably did.
No, he's still alive. He's not gonna build a meter. He's not gonna build a meter, so.
Damn, that is still so much damage.
Look at the screen carry.
Great damage for a -4 punish. Let's go.
Yo, dude came out styling.
53 hit combo, and if he doesn't get a clean hit to CA here, he's lost. But delayed jab on defense there from Broski.
What do you think about that delayed jab, Jammerz? That was kind of risky. If he did a tried frame trap, I think that would be the round with that one hit into CA, which is kind of big for us, you know, one hit special CA.
Here's the thing, right? Delayed jab is what Phenom does a lot, and Broski does that a lot on defense. I'm not sure if it's specifically a Dalsim thing, because I see Mr. Crimson do it as well. But listen, Broski's defensive choices, and when he knows when people are staggering and delaying stuff, delayed jab comes out. And remember, Aura has a 3 frame, and he's not pressing it. He's pressing Aura's 4 frame.
I can't believe he gets those fireballs out so handily. Shivs is having a lot of trouble with that.
Let's see if he's going to take these grabs. He jumps there, and he could have got a pickup from that in some way, shape, or form there, Shivs, but didn't get it. No, do you know what? I kind of respect that, but I don't, because he's lost the corner.
Yeah.
And he's going to get...
And also, this is not going to kill.
It's weak, okay, but you dash up, you can be +2, but he's going to set up Soul Punish instead.
Okay.
Yeah, see, now what do you do? The Onibi's out, what do you do?
Now you're full screen away with the homing fireballs. Oh, and the V-trigger to boot. Yo! Chicken legs! Shout out to Brian F for bringing that term up. Chicken legs, chicken feet.
Well, I mean...
That is something to think about when you have them cornered. Do you want the damage or do you want the Oki? And maybe sometimes do one hit for the damage with the Oki, because then the next hit with that super would kill. It's always easy to backseat game that position, but I think it is when you put them out of the corner with a super, if you take that Oki and then try the next hit for the kill, it's probably a more optimal way of landing, like setting up a kill scenario.
Here's the thing for me, right? With the V-trigger choices they both got, because they're both using V-trigger 2, they both have a similar philosophy. So obviously there's better mix-ups with the Tengu Stone. It's that when you block Rose's V-Trigger 2, you're like, I'll take the grab or delay rise. If you try and do that against the Tengu Stone, it's going to be a long chip string. You're going to get grabbed, and it's much more threatening than Soul Illusion.
But look at this Broski.
See, that's not threatening to me. Look at the great damage build. That's not threatening as a V-Trigger, right? When you watch when Tengu Stone's activated, he does that.
Yeah, and you can see that Broski's very content at taking the throw. He's been kind of challenging it a bit last game, but this game is just sitting there. Shivs is trying to open up with a dash, back heavy kicks to catch the tech. It's you have to just throw and throw if you want to make them uncomfortable. But it's like Broski knew that and kind of installed the fear of throwing since he tried to evade it earlier. Very nice, like conditioning from Broski's side.
Nice crouch face. I saw what Broski was going for because that jumping hard punch is actually a fantastic button against neutral jumps. It's a two-hitting move when you get it against neutral jumps. Nice crouch face.
Let's go!
That was a great answer.
Yeah, Shivs had great response onto the Onibi this round.
Low forward there, no Tengu. Yeah, no Tengu Stone activated yet for Broski. He's trying to stay out of range so he doesn't get caught by a hard kick or even the crouching media punch activation here. Shivs.
Okay, the activation, we will see.
Oh, you're going to get Oki from this? Yeah, he's going to get Oki from that.
Yeah. Nice, I like the V-reversal. I like the V-reversal because you don't want to just get another one. Now one hit, any hit right now. Fireball is very risky on Broski's side. Oh, not from that range though. Let's go, there it is! Nice, Shivs just set that up. That was so beautiful. Two V-reversals for the great damage, so anything would kill.
That's really good reactions, and notice as well, he's got to be careful with the EX Soul Spiral option because again, it hasn't got as much invincibility as you want it to. The hit's connecting, but you're still getting hit by Onibi afterwards. Who knows? Aura might be able to get back in after that, depending on the situation.
But yeah, that was exactly very nicely neutralized the V-trigger.
Oh no.
Broski there.
We're back to that kind of, whenever that V-skill is activated, as Jammerz said earlier, he's losing out, I feel, on V-meter and space.
Yeah,
he's just getting hit out of it. It's not working out right now. Yeah.
So, Rose can keep up with this, but Shivs isn't keeping up with this. He's allowing Onibi to come out too freely at the moment.
Yeah.
That's true.
Nice.
Okay, didn't get the confirm. Yeah. Just hit the juggle there, still safe. Okay, it's the back throw. Gonna take hold of the corner here.
Do you know what I feel? Okay, that's
he's gonna confirm!
Yeah, he's gonna end with the Oniyama. I think there's a heavy version. Do you know what Shivs should do a little bit more? I know he's holding onto the CA because depending on the trigger, depending on how you're gonna use Rose's meter, I think he needs to start putting out EX Soul Punish a little bit more. I do think that is Rose's best EX move, and because the animation is the same, you don't know which version is gonna come out. Maybe try and get Broski to walk into one, then get the conversion to Soul Bind from one of the two, but I think he needs to throw that out there just a little bit more and try and experiment a bit in the neutral.
And Oro might not be the character with the greatest of ease to punish that kind of like random EX Soul Spiral, I'd imagine. Like, what would he do from mid to far?
Only the chicken feet, the heavy version.
Yeah, so he needs to charge for that?
No, it's quarter circle forward, I think.
Yeah, so he does have answers. Nice, confirm into the EX Fireball and the juggle.
Double jump, but he gets the float. Oh, I would have cancelled into V-Skill 2 from that. Because of the extra time you get to work because of the float, I would have cancelled into V-Skill 2. Oh no.
Look at this. Is it time to style again? Ooh, nice block, but gets the throw!
Too much block stun.
It's kind of, it's running out now. He can definitely wait for it and is ready for the fireball. Again, Shivs with the reactions. Very nice. He's very ready for these fireballs. I don't know if Broski really caught on to that part of the game yet, but everything else seems to be something that he's really getting ready for.
I don't think he minds. He's only been losing rounds to EX Soul Spiral. He hasn't been losing games.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. It's still 3-0, so Broski definitely feeling really comfortable in this situation.
There we go. Pressure with the standing medium kick there. +3 on block.
Nice,
one of his go-to pressure tools. Look at this pick up there from Broski.
Yo, that is beautiful. Every combo Oro does is a work of art, honestly.
Listen, man, people like Broski, Brian F, and Nemo, these guys have really been optimizing the jungle potential that Oro has. It's actually pretty amazing to see.
Yeah, it's really cool to see, honestly. Like,
So
this character definitely not the most popular one.
Nah, he's going to let him activate. He moved too close. I would have put out EX Soul Punish. I would have made him work for that.
Yeah, he just actually has to take a lot of this great, like, I love this defensive sequence.
Here's a perfect opportunity to do EX Soul Punish, but he needs to be out of CA range. Be careful, because that hit grab goes far.
Yeah, great usage of the V reversal there. Just by
oh, you did no, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. I said you got to be careful of that. Oh,
man. Oh, look at the turtle. He's just chilling in the back. He's like, finish him.
Damn.
Finish her.
Dude, that move is like 7 or 8 frame starter, but that CA's got mad range. That's got insane range, and because there's an extended hurt box on Rose's Soul Spark around their hands, dude, that's easier to catch. Alright, let's see.
Okay, nice usage of the Soul Punish, and he gets a knockdown for it. I think Broski's been so well at defending that Shivs kind of pushes himself out. Not really sure how to stagger against him because he's been hit out of it a few times. Something to work on as the set goes on. I like this answer.
Yeah.
Way better, yeah.
That looks expensive, but that looks like the answer to Onibi after that setup anyway.
There we go. Finally, the throws are there.
Yeah,
another one. That's good. It's very at the life bar. Broski was that was very good, but that positioning was not great.
This might actually build a meter. This might build a meter.
Yeah, he's gonna get the meter, but
yeah. Now only one
oh,
hit away.
Wow! No, he tried to anti-air there.
Yeah.
Broski tried to anti-air, but he didn't get it. Please,
No,
Shivs, don't go fire.
Oh, and the fireball again, just as he lost the last round.
Yeah.
So risky, but he gets the activation any second right now.
Nah, he missed it. He missed his chance to
Broski's
kill.
looking for that one hit.
He missed it.
That jump was really good for Broski because Shivs is looking to hit anything. He's not gonna be ready for the air. Oh,
once again, that's so risky, Shivs.
No. Let's go, here comes. That's it. Nice activation, reaction activation for the fireball with the EX spiral. Beautiful stuff from Shivs there to close out that game. It was an important, very important composure for that game.
Yeah, and you know what? It was going to get extended damage from the activation as well, because when you do raw activation with V-Trigger 1 or V-Trigger 2 and into EX Soul Spiral, you get some sort of benefit, depending on which V-Trigger you choose. I was actually surprised Broski threw another fireball there, because those guys were treading, swimming in dangerous waters at that close range there with their projectiles, but sometimes it can be a little bit of a bad habit. Sometimes you try to test your opponent's reactions, but that was not a good time to do it there for Broski. So it's 3-1.
They were definitely walking on thin ice there. She's getting a nice round start.
Yeah, a really great pressure this round. But there's that jab from Broski at the right time again, and he finds another jump over one of those heavies.
Yeah. Look at this. The situation's reversed now. Nice anti-air and confirmed to boot.
Oh, there you go. And he's gonna need charge hard punch into the hit grab. So when he post stuns you and then does the Onibi into charge hard punch, I believe that is slightly more optimal than a jump in combo. So good stuff there from Broski.
I wonder if Rose has like an accessible whiff punish to Oro's crouching medium kick, or if she kind of has to just let him whip it in her
I think you'd have to do crouch medium kick back yourself, but again, Rose
like more
whiff
preemptively,
punishing,
maybe? Yeah.
Maybe. Like, Rose whiff punishing, she can do it, but I think a lot of Rose players don't opt to do that, so... Outside of stand hard punch, of course.
Wow. Broski's on point right now.
But that whole V-trigger is just gone like that. Yeah. But I love the chase down, but needs another one.
It's too expensive. The chase down is too expensive.
It's very expensive.
Broski's getting the most out of these trades for sure.
Watch out for a walk forward because he might be looking for crouch medium punch activate.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, he's looking for it.
It's so dangerous to throw out the
He tried CA. He tried CA. It didn't come out.
He did. But it's over anyway. Broski getting it with the Temple Stone. There you go.
I feel like Shivs is finding answers, Jammerz and Olvaha, but they're not coming fast enough to cover all the things that's kind of been struggling with. But he's definitely found things that we were talking about earlier.
But this is
like
too strong.
He's shutting down the V-skill thing. He's shutting down the V-skill thing better now with the chase down, but as Jammerz is very expensive chase down.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see if Shivs is going to change things up at all in this set. How much health does Oro have? 950, I believe. I believe it is 950. And shout outs to Brian F for the information regarding charge hard punch is better than jumping if you have the opportunity to do so. So it's always good. Oh, I had a feeling, but I didn't quite check. So thank you for the information. Nice. Yeah, he keeps going for crouch fist. More Rose players need to be anti-airing. Like it needs to be instinct to do the soul bind. You need to do that.
Like a DP.
Yeah, you need to do it.
Oh, tries to evade it.
The Onibi has been causing, the Onibi has been causing so many problems for Shivs during all of this set.
And you know, he's in a good range to kind of get a kill with almost a kill with an activation. Shivs, I kind of want to see him waiting to hit confirm it, but maybe he needs to kind of be reversal at this point. Oh, hard decisions. Back there. He gets hit. Yo, that's cheap. Yo, that was cheap, Jammerz.
Yo,
and that kill?
That was cheap.
Boys, do you know what's crazy, right? So because he got the sorry, he got the 5 items out, which I believe that's the Midari version. If that was the 3 stone version, I don't think that would have caught him. But shout outs to having 5 stones or 5 items available there. Again, he's really making full use of this Tengu stone V-Trigger too.
That takes some awareness to recognize what items you're holding with the Tengu Stone, so shoutouts to Broski for definitely, trying to master this character. Oh man, too late for Shivs there.
I need to ask Broski if he knows the entire list of items, because I need to note that down myself. I don't actually know all the items.
That's really cool. Oh, and that's gonna be
I don't
a
know.
lot of
This is a low
damage.
damaging super. Might get it? Yeah, it's a low damaging super.
For Shivs now, yeah, for Shivs now, we definitely had to fish for a confirmed hit into V-Trigger 2 to set up that guess for game situation. It was a very great position for Broski to be in.
See,
and
do you know what?
I just wanted to say that mastering that V-Trigger, that's a sign of a true Tengu stoner.
Jesus. All right, he's gone back to.
That's what we say in Croydon Street. Let's go.
No, that is Richard.
That is what we say. We do say that in Croydon Street.
Richard,
Jammerz, stop lying.
please mute Veggey. Please mute him. Please,
Mute?
you can't. Please. Oh my God.
Yes, Olvaha, my bro. What's up?
What's up, man?
Right. So, sorry. If Shivs is going to stick with Rose, I think you should try out V-Trigger 1. That's got the comeback potential is there. When you use V-Trigger 2, it's for hit confirms and more solidity, and certain situations for the comeback or set up shop with a Soul Punish or Soul Satellite. Against certain players and certain characters, I don't think it quite works out. I think you do need a little bit of a gimmick to make it work in Street Fighter 5. Yes, V-Trigger 1 is a knowledge tester, because it's just gonna wake up or whatnot, but he's gonna ignore that. He's gonna go with the Laura because listen,
I like it.
He's 5-1 down, and this might be a little bit more aggressive and easier projectile invincible answers for him as well.
That's
you
good.
you really need to pick your stuff, so to speak.
But what I find interesting is that Broski has, let's quote-unquote mastered, but at least come a very far way at closing in on that mastering for Oro. He seems very confident, very ready for a lot of situations, which is really great to see. But here's Laura running that train, sorry.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay,
really
so check this out, right? So here's the thing. Notice how when Shivs was on the offense against Broski with Rose before, he didn't have any reason to do his reversal. Now he's got a reason to do his reversal. So this will make Broski think twice on defense. He won't be as comfortable as he was before.
No anti-air for that cross-up range. Yeah, again, it worked against Rose, but it doesn't work against Laura.
Yeah. Nice interruption on the thunderclap though from Broski. Sneaking that crouching medium kick in. Oh my goodness, time to guess.
Good EX on the Yanma to get out there and interrupt that string, and the Vera shift on that. He's got a beach ball, and he's got a lot of debris to work with.
He finds the hit. Let's go. That confirmed is big damage.
And the super?
No, he's not going to do a super. He wouldn't do a super there.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Punishable.
Oh, there's no, you don't have V-Trigger shifts, you use the V-shift, and you're gonna die for that. He definitely thought he still had it, but forgot about that failed V-shift attempt earlier when Broski neutral jumped, and just like that, didn't recognize his bar. Broski just gets to kind of like steal that round back.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, he had the resources
that
to
was
do
a gift.
So. Gift
Jammerz.
Sometimes, listen, it's coming to Christmas.
Soon.
It's coming to Christmas soon, so.
It's true, it is true.
I'll take any free gifts.
Good, man.
Oh, good backlash.
Oh, he tried to, what did he try there? He tried to pass her, right, Jammerz?
Yeah, he tried to pass her there, didn't he?
Yeah, and Broski tried to pass her.
Sunset wheel.
I'm done with you. I'm done.
Delay. Misses his short to beat out the thunderclap. Not quite working here. Good defense. He needs that activation for the Tengu stone. There you go.
So many stones right now.
Nice.
Oh, great anti-air attempt.
Oh, nice low. Nice
What
low.
happened? Yeah, probably baiting. Yeah, he was definitely baiting, delaying an instant crouching mini kick for
comes
Broski. Gave him that, gave him
know
that
what?
chance.
Oh no.
Nice confirm. Oh, unfortunate whip there.
Oh, careful. He might be doing a good dash under there from Shivs. He's got resources. I think he should do raw V-Trigger. I think he should do raw V-Trigger. He's not going to do it. Yeah, there you go. He needs to do it.
This is going to be so rough.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
so many
took the risk.
guesses at the passer. The passer.
Took the risk there with the sunset wheel to take that game there. It will be 5-2. I think, I'm not sure how often Shivs has played against Oro, or Broski's Oro using Laura. I think he should be a little bit more adventurous and experiment with some ideas to try and cancel out the fireballs, or even on Nebi. I think you might be able to get away with a dash up EX sunset wheel. Just that'll catch Broski by surprise regardless. So, let's see how this one pans out. But it's 5-2 at the moment. 5-2.
Broski definitely committed to keep trying, which I like. Oh, nice spacing trap there.
I mean, yeah, and Broski has a really nice lead. 3 games of a lead, so he can definitely, still try Aura and just, if he feels like it, he can always go back to Dawson.
I think he'll stick with Aura for the most part. He's having an abundance of fun playing this character ever since he's come out. So,
and that's the most important thing. Like whatever you're doing, you gotta have fun.
Listen, a lot of people, since we've been playing fighting games this pandemic era, a lot of people have been prioritizing fun over competitive play, and I thoroughly respect it. So, he's dead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's gonna be dead.
This is just dead, yeah.
He's gonna be dead. Don't even need to spend the bar. Yeah, Tengu Stone did it for him.
I wonder what Shivs was doing there. Backdashing, neutral jumping. Interesting.
Probably didn't want to get caught out by chicken feet, Tiger Knee chicken feet or something like that. I'm not too sure. But you have to remember as well, when he summons the 5 items, that depletes the V gauge faster than the 3 gauge items. I see a lot of people just opt for the 5 random items instead.
Yeah, if you get the toys, you actually build up some V-bar back.
Only the dinosaurs, right?
Yes, the dinosaur, I believe.
I'm not sure what the basketballs do, so.
There's also elemental effect as well. You get the freeze effect and the burn effect as well.
Hold on.
There's definitely stuff to think about.
2+.
Yeah, too much frame advantage. Back throw, or sorry, forward throw.
Broski, yeah. He's just back at his saddle, just like that. Broski. I feel like this character it must blend with him really well, because I know Broski learns new characters fast, but this character he's really taking to beating people's mains in a different way than I've seen before. It's very interesting. It's just like it's home for him.
For me, it's a combination of people are still unfamiliar with Oro, but then there's his level of Oro, because again, it's a different breed in the European region anyway. He's definitely the best Oro I've seen in Europe. And then there's, of course, Broski likes characters with a copious amount of depth. And Oro has that with the Tengu Stones, how he's optimized juggles from anti-airs. Just all these funny situations he likes, so.
Yeah. It must be really fulfilling to play a really technical character like Oro to this level. It really must feel good.
Yeah, and his Dalsim is still as solid as ever, surprisingly, because Oro looks like a full-time job, plus overtime, no extra pay.
He's doing 2 works at the same time?
Must be.
2 jobs?
Yeah, oh, what a delay from Shivs. I love that delay. And now just one more get. Let's bust out. There he finds the backdash.
Raw activation, he wants to cancel out the thunderclap. Yeah, good choice there with the raw activation from Broski. Gets a throw, he can get in for free from here.
Yeah, another one.
Oh,
he actually had it, but something went wrong.
Yeah, I can't believe they're
Shivs right now.
Yeah, I can't believe the orbs didn't attack with jumping short there.
He jumped at him.
Yeah, he seems to be. That jump definitely was like, I want this round to be over. Let me have this. That was kind of in desperation. And Shivs can definitely come back. Just needs to maybe calm down a bit. He has more time. He's very rushing him down right now. He might use more time.
Well, notice how Broski's actually thrown less fireballs ever since he's picked Laura. It's been more of a close-range game. He's utilizing the forward medium punch, the crouch, and medium kick. Do you know what? Aura has probably some of the most annoying mediums in the game. That's my personal opinion. I know that some of them are minus and space-dependent, but those look like some of the most annoying mediums to deal with for a lot of characters in the game.
But also, that was a good point that Broski has been throwing a little less fireballs, but that's because EX Thunder, like EX Elbow, just goes through all of that. Really blows out Oro's fireball game.
Oh, chicken feet.
Oh, nice. Nice. Patience from Shift. I love that defense. And just into the command throw. Just make sure you don't act like you have to. You have to do it even in that situation with that lead. I love it. Sometimes you just have to remind them that I have to do these things.
I mean,
jump soon, so I don't have to risk it.
Notice he went for the more damaging option only because he had CA. Because if he didn't, he probably would have back thrown him. And Shivs was more than likely or happy to take that back throw and be trapped on the corner there. There's that back medium kick there, but I say to her.
The booty slap. The booty slap.
Oh, and the cross under with the shift.
Sunset wheel against Veggey. Is he going to save it? He V-shifted, so he gave up Tengu Stone for that. He didn't want to get EX Sunset wheel.
He might get another V-bar. Or will get another V-bar unless he kind of dies in the blender.
Nah, he needs a crush counter.
Oh,
hey. This is actually, I am seeing some interesting tech. Let me share this with you. When Laura is doing the jumping roundhouse, she actually loses a hurt box on her feet.
Yeah.
And we saw Shivs jump instantly do the roundhouse. And that is definitely on purpose. We have seen that. Actually, Dr. Gulag shared this technology today with me, and I was able to witness that. So I definitely saw that, okay, he's doing this on purpose.
The booty tech?
Yes, the booty.
Yeah, they
Yes.
deliberately do that, especially on jump back as well. It's kind of hard to deal with. People just watch it. I think people just like watching the animation. They don't want to actually deal with it. But
Shout outs to Dr. Gulag though.
all right, there's some pressure going on. Oh, that is a specific string on crouches that Broski did there to make that forward medium kick +1 because that frame rate on that move is horrendous. Good pick up there with the bolt charge.
And it's way more ready to kind of convert of the juggles with his carry. It's just difference of a main and a sub, I guess.
Okay, he's out.
Nice.
You get to control where that goes. If that was the heavy one, he would have gone to the other side and Shivs would have got free punish. But you get to control where the EX one goes, I think.
Yeah, you do. You have some control over it.
Tengu Stone's going to be activated in a minute. There it is. Oh, hit grab.
Devil.
Dash in.
Oh, what the
punch on the V-shift.
Dude, that's unskilled damage from
damage.
a jab. He might actually lose.
My goodness.
No, he's still alive. He's still alive.
Oh, but he would have built super, I think, if he didn't use that EX bar. Doesn't matter. Gets to throw. Saves 2 bar. 2 bars is better than no bars, says Broski as he goes up 1-0 in this game.
That was a jab. That was a counter hit jab. Full V trigger to work with. Lord Jesus.
That's insane. Like, this character gets so roided out when the V trigger comes into play. Like, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
But
like
I mean,
a completely different character.
It shows you how resilient Aura players have to be on defense because they want that. It's like they have to make the correct guess on defense to then go ballistic with the Tengu Stone. But right now, don't even have to worry about it because the pick up there on that stand medium punch anti-air.
It's like watching poetry at work.
Yeah, Shivs with the activation. This is a great situation.
Oh my goodness, look at this combo from Shivs though.
Sunset Wheel, he's giving him V trigger, so he might have to guess.
Oh, but he finds the hit, but no real conversion. That's so unfortunate.
Nice.
That could have been it.
Break from Broski though. Manages the dire situation is neutralized. Yo, what a clutch crouch jab.
Double jab to close out that round there. And again, we saw Shivs. He's tried to do it a couple of times there. Similar to a Rose situation where you get knocked down, try to throw a fireball to fireball trap. You have to wake up EX bolt charge. But good awareness there from Broski throughout the EX version of the fireball. It's like you can absorb one hit, but you can't absorb the second one. And even if you try to throw out the V skill, that would have been punished as well. So again, got to mix things up a little bit. He's got to be a lot more audacious with his offensive options here, Shivs. He has to take a relentless approach at this point.
I love this word, Jammerz, audacious.
You like
You're
it?
one of the few people who use it, and I just love it. Every time you say it, it's like music to my ears, baby.
Oh, God.
Veggey, you gotta say the audacity.
Audacity, yeah, the audacity. I love it when Jammerz says the audacity as well. All of those things, that's his trademark. Mine is baby, baby. His is audacious and baby, but no. And what was the last one?
I don't know. What was the last one? Anyway, Sunset Wheel in the corner.
Shivs is jamming to this these catchphrases.
Back to your regularly scheduled program.
All right, hit grab back into the corner. Good positional advantage here for Broski. Gets a forward throw.
That's smart from Broski.
Look at that. V-trigger just doesn't really move until he presses.
Oh my goodness, so scary.
He's out.
Blocking.
The anti-air, he might be able to kill him. Not quite.
Yeah. Oh. Activation, the skull, the station.
What is that called, Jammerz? What is that called?
What, the regular passer?
Yes, the passa.
But how would you say the dash out, dash in pasta in Finnish? Because that's what he did.
Like a shimmy passa?
Yeah, but in Finnish.
We just call it shimmy.
Shimmy, I like it. Oi, EX on the Yanma out there. That was a risk, but it said counter hit. That's actually one of the highest damaging reversals in the game. I think it does 160 normally.
That's
so more, it does a little bit more. Oh, sorry, on counter hit, it does a little bit more. So.
Does it give Oki?
No.
Invested much time into.
I don't think so. I don't think it's Oki.
I don't think it gives any significant Oki.
Nah, because that was quick rise and no throw range. So you kind of being willing to take that.
Oh,
the jungle.
Back throw.
Nice throw.
2+.
Back throw again.
And another one.
He stole it down.
Steals it.
I love how Aura does the crouching medium, but he's not even looking at the opponent. He's like, it might hit.
Dude,
it might hit.
It
might not.
Such an annoying button to deal with. It's like you can whiff punish it, but it's like you have to be thinking about 4 different other mediums in that same range, and it's like just get hit, just block it. It's like -2 anyway.
It looks like an overhead. It's definitely not great
Which one?
timing on
Stand
that
hard
jump.
punch?
Yeah, the charge one.
Yeah, everyone stands up when they block it because they think it's like Urian's charge hard kick, but you can block it crouching, but people just don't, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Could be shit.
was like a nice V shift, but he still has to block because the boulders are still out.
He's missing his TK chicken feet, yeah. A couple of times where he would have got it as well, actually. And the Yanma's out. Now he can start zoning, yeah. Now he can start zoning.
Yeah. Still needs to be aware because Laura can really close the gap
Not from
fast.
here. Not from here.
Yeah.
But he still goes in on it, even though the zoning was working out. He catches Shivs by surprise, and now back to that zoning. Can't even use armor to get through it anymore, but he can use that.
He's got to do another EX thunderclap. He has to do another EX thunder. There it is. Oh,
nice
no,
answer.
he done it at the wrong range there. Good stuff there from Broski to be at the max distance, crouching medium kick range. I mean, I had the same idea Shivs did. He was losing to zoning from full screen, and to close that gap, he needed something to preoccupy that space, so he allowed him to walk in. I had the same idea, but Broski was 2 steps ahead with that crouching medium kick. It is now 8-3. He's running away with this one with his aura.
Yeah, Broski also had that idea, and he was so ready for it. Shivs did not maybe recognize that he was following him down, chasing him down, and that's what he was looking for, working out perfectly, as you say, Jammerz.
All right, going to get the rodeo break follow-up. Throw break. Let's see what he's got here.
And using that back medium kick pretty efficiently as well as his own basic tool.
It's
Reversal
like
heavy kick, baby.
I think it's like -3 or something.
Yeah.
The back
It's
medium
really unsafe if you don't space it properly, so props to Broski for using it correctly.
Right, thunderclap pressure, jumps.
Yo. This is scary. Okay.
I like the patience from Broski. Here gets the activation. Sometimes you need to do that counter even when they're activated because they're not looking for it. They feel like they can do whatever they want. Shivs had it there.
Yeah. Would you say that that was audacious from Shivs?
Yeah, it was an audacious break. No, audacious medium kick. There we go.
Yes.
Oh, and the loss. Thank you for that word, my Finnish brother. Jammerz would never give me that word, yeah.
I mean, if you want an English lesson, we can do that.
Oi.
Yo, we should do that.
Yes,
After hours.
Let's do that.
Sets after hours.
It will cost you, though.
Nah, thanks.
I'll turn you into a true commentator. Oh, nice cross up there into the TK legs. Yo, he took that risk. It worked out. He's going to get the optimal stuff here, and he's got the meter to prove it. Can he do it? Not quite. Damn, she has got big woman health. Lord Jesus.
Oh. Damn. Juggles for days, though, from Broski. I love that. Shades of Third Strike for sure.
Yeah, and when your only answer is an armored move to a fireball after like Season 4 change or what it was, Season 4 or 5, you can't get through fireballs anymore, and it's just like for Broski to close out that range around so relaxed.
Just trying to close the gap with a thunderclap again, but he's not respecting that crouching medium kick range there. Good double jump from Broski.
Wow, that is really annoying to deal with. Shivs really, he needs to really look out for those. Like, you can get big punishes, but you really need to be aware of that double jump and where the trajectory is going.
Hard words. Let's go.
Hard words for us Nordic people, man.
Oh, kind of hit.
Oh, nice.
That medium kick. He's got to stay in the corner here. I don't know how he's going to activate. He has to respect that +3. Now's his turn. But Broski's away.
Just backs off slowly.
Yeah, he's going to have to do another raw activation.
So annoying.
He's going to have to do another raw activation. He can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he's not going to
I
do
mean,
it.
he has 45 seconds. You can see if Broski will get impatient, but it's Shivs who breaks the patience and dies through another fireball. And Broski, what is it now? 9-3?
Yeah, it's 9-3.
My good sir, you are getting zoned out.
Yeah, this is a zoner, by the way. This is actually a zoner, by the way.
I don't know until he gets that Tengu stone, but this is the thing. The zoning, here's probably what you want, right? Because this is how Aura epitomizes it really well. When he throws out the fireball and you try and neutral jump, you get hit and you see the V skill come out, that means, oh, he's not going to go for a mix-up. He's going to start zoning me because, again, he will just repeatedly start using that V-skill liberally. And that's what Shivs is trying to shut down, but it's very hard to navigate that with a situational awareness as well as Broski has. So,
yeah.
Really liking both of these players, but right now it's Broski. But oh, nice meetings.
Wow,
Let's go. Another commander. Let's do it. Nice.
Yeah, hey, listen, make those brazen attempts, man. Go for the bold reads.
Yeah.
That's
what can I do next?
Yo,
just juggle there. You just kind of have to sit there and get thrown at that point, I guess. That's half your life. Dare you take the throw? Nice, out of there. That's -8, I think.
Which one?
Yeah. Lord probably doesn't have anything that reaches that move. No, not that one. The special cancel from the
Oh, he bit the farm on that one.
Yeah, so I think light version is -8. The others are -10. EX is like -17. I think if you're talking about the kick he does, the two-hitting kick that sends you far away.
Yes.
Hey, wake up.
Nice.
Bolt charge. I like it.
Yeah, you need to emphasize that against Broski. You need to like tell him you're not gonna throw that fireball. I'm in range.
Oh, nice shimmy shim sham. hits him on a button. Doesn't really matter. And finds another one.
Lights out. That's a Laura round, if anything, baby.
All right, listen, sometimes they happen in sets, whether it's first to 2, first to 3, or first to 10. But right now, it is 9-4. Can Shivs make that miraculous comeback? It looks insurmountable, especially against an aura like Broski's. But you reckon he can do it, Veggey?
I mean, every round he finds answers. This is might be a bit unfamiliar, and as you can see, it's getting better and better and better. So since he has only one loss to work with, I'm gonna say no, but not because of the player, but because it was just down 5-1 when he went to do that Laura. Okay. So they're both very strong. So we'll see. But he has found a lot of answers. So let's see how it develops. Jammerz, Jammeroony.
The hell's Jammeroony?
That's your nickname. Your new one.
Damn. My new nickname. Okay. Damn. You'll swiftly not see Veggey next week. That'll be your new nickname. No feature. Sound, that's got a nice ring to it. No feature. I like that. Can hit, confirm it's a light elbow. Thunderclap.
Oh, nice.
Look at this Shivs. Has Shivs found a new tune?
Maybe.
I think so. I think he's adapting a lot, but Broski just needs to find some changes for one game. So this is very interesting. We might have that the 4 Phils versus Shax thing again. 9-3 to 10-9 for the one who was down. Remember that?
Yeah, it was. It was. All right.
Shivs is looking really great this match. Look at this.
Do you know what he's doing? He's starting to use this light bolt charge to kind of get back in after these minus attempts in general and stop Broski from pressing buttons at particular ranges.
Yeah, setting up the guessing game a little bit better, I think.
And he finds the viewers, which is great for Shivs, because now the lead trigger might not come if he finds the kill, but that jumping though, or that movement.
Okay, he's not gonna spin the bar. A throw would have done it, but he went back to the autopilot string, and Broski snuffed it out. He took a risk there, but EX Onyanma takes it, and that's gonna put Broski at set point here in this first to 10.
No whiff punish. That's definitely something even Laura can whiff punish, but you have to be ready.
And look at that, the forward medium punch. Broski's pestering with these buttons.
Onyanma again. And he was down backing, so he had that charge ready.
Yeah.
Nice response. Nice confirmation from the Thunderclap.
He wants to close this out. He's starting to throw out a lot more reversals than normal.
Yeah, Broski doesn't want to guess anymore. It's time to stop guessing.
It's not even guessing. He just wants this round. Oh, that could have been.
Yo!
But I love it. Oh, I think.
What can I do next?
Pop out the
staying
clap,
patient
pop
is
out the
important.
No, he's not going to pop out the
Yeah, that's
clap.
a good point. Good point.
He's
Too
not
late
gonna
now.
pop
No, finds the punish? No.
Guess for game. After this, he's going to be guess for game. I don't know what he's going to do. He might do chicken legs, TK. I don't know what it's going to be. Oh, he finds it! Let's go! God. He risked the entire set. Damn the temerity on this man. This was insane. He did crouching jab. Not even the 2.5 frame jab. He did the 4 frame jab into the crouching medium punch. For the
cojones on this man.
Wait! Hey, listen.
He's still in it. He's still in it. I was thinking maybe he actually there's the wake up super, and then Broski did the crouching jab, and I was like, that was your moment. It might be the only moment you got, and Shiv said no.
Do you know what's
I got
crazy?
another one.
You got to be careful. I think so. Crouch jab into stand medium kick with Oro is not legitimate against 3 frames, but Shivs pressed a 4th frame. Hold on, let me double check my numbers. That was crazy. That was actually crazy.
That was absolutely insane. What a way to end that match there. And Shivs lives on. We still have a pulse.
He's waiting with the punish again. Broski's adapted a lot to that kind of pressure strings.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I was right. So crouch jab into stand medium kick. Stand medium kick 6 frames. That's not a legit frame track against 3 framers, but I'm curious to know how Shivs got away with that crouching jab.
Oh, so ready. I love it.
Onyanma, he wants his round. He's dead. He's dead.
Yeah,
He's dead.
That's
so
damage.
cheap.
Yeah, that's kind of.
What can I
not
do
gonna lie.
next?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Look at that. He's found his way back at match point here. And again, that Tengu Stone has done him wonders. Again, the way he plays neutral with this character is fantastic. But then he's got more in the locker when he activates the Midari version of V-Trigger 2.
Broski really wants to finish this off.
Anti-F.
Point.
Look at that. Reaction's getting better against that.
Yeah, ever since Laura came, we've seen at least some juggles, like sometimes both, sometimes just double buttons. But he's more ready, he's more familiar. Nice blocking it out. He's like, again on that set point.
Ooh.
Oh, let's go.
No, he's catching him off guard, but good jab check there from Broski. And Shivs is doing a lot of health in the process here. If he can't activate V-Trigger now, he might have lost his set. He can't get hit by one of those.
Setting up the zoning, yeah, this is dangerous for Shivs.
V-reversal, no shift. Another V-reversal.
Oh,
Another one.
Oh no, that was not.
That's big right now though.
What's
it gonna be?
Wait a minute, hold the phone, hold the phone.
He can get it on the Yanma. Oh no. Don't jump, please, Shiv, don't jump.
Yo, that was so scary.
I don't really know what to say
Nah,
right
he's
now.
done, he's done. On the Yanma.
This is so hard.
He's out, he's done.
The obstacle
He's not coming back from this. Alright, this is a Flash minigame. Shout out to Newgrounds.
Yeah.
He's not coming back from this. You are not winning this Newgrounds Flash minigame.
Yeah, the flappy bird. Time to fly.
Damn, he's lost. He's not. If you get EX Sunset Wheel from this, you'll be a bad man.
No!
Oh, he jumped into it. He jumped into it.
That was sick.
Oh man.
The
That's zoning, man.
course was placed.
Like, what do you? How do you get through that?
Hey, guys, can we do the Oro pose when we come back? Like, can we just all do this one? Like,
We can do
one-hand
this pose after we congratulate Broski, because Broski wins. I want to see GG's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, Olvaha wants us all to be some sort of old man ninja or whatnot, but it is going to be Broski with his fantastic Oro play. He's having a lot of fun, and he did some legitimate zoning. No trolling. It was legitimate.
I'm ready.
And if you have ever played a Flash minigame, you know how hard they are.
Guys.
Well, you can. I don't know. You look like you want to poke your nose.
What can I do next?
I'll tell you what we can do next. We're going to go on a quick break. And when we come back from the break, we're going to talk to our lovely gentlemen, Shivs and Broski, regarding this set. Give us a couple of minutes. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you in a bit.
I guess it's time to start warming up.
If I go too far, please forgive me.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets. I love being the bearer of bad news on some occasions. If you've just joined us, the first to 10 set has concluded. You're going to have to catch that on the archives on Capcom Fighters YouTube channel. But we are back, and we're going to be discussing things with the gentlemen about what transpired during that first to 10, as well as some other questions with some very interesting topics as well. Do not forget, this was an episode, a special tribute to someone that has recently passed away, Takamura's brother Kester Roz. May he rest in power. There is a link we can put in the chat for you guys as well if you want to contribute any sort of donation towards the family fund so they can give him a nice funeral. It's going to be eufgc.life. I'm sure Capcom Fighters will put that link in there very shortly. But I'm joined with everyone here, Veggey, Olvaha, Shivs, and Broski. First of all, Shivs and Broski, that was actually a very good set. I like that you both used Season 5 characters, and Broski was having a lot of fun, throwing a lot of debris and rebels and basketballs of people. That's not fun. For random items. But I'm going to let Veggey kick this post-match interview off because I know he's dying to find out about Aura.
Yeah, I would like Broski. So give us the scoop. How do we get out of the death trap that you set up for us when you put us full screen? Because you've done that to me in ranked. You beat me the last 3 times I met your... I've experienced what Shivs just experienced. How do we get out of the death trap, which is your V-skill fireball thing? Is there a way out?
I mean, it's tricky. It depends on the characters a lot. Like, you know, Karen just gets to ignore that completely. She can, like, EX. You know, if you've got a full screen EX move that goes through fireballs, you just ignore it completely. But otherwise, it's actually kind of hard for a lot of characters to get around. The best advice I have is actually to back up slightly rather than just holding forward. Because if you back up, then the 2 fireballs start to overlap rather than being spaced apart as a trap. So that you've got to go into the lab, but I mean, Oro's so new, no one really knows what this character's doing right now.
No, I think that was a great advice, because when you're saying that, that makes total sense, because one of them is slower than the other, right? So when you back up, they catch up to each other, and then you jump over one fireball, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it's actually sick. I didn't even think about that. See, you have to have the specialists and ask him. I mean, Broski at this point is a specialist of many characters. Dalsim, at one point Seth, at one point Lucia, and now Oro. So... these are the guys that will teach us how to kind of get around these options, because that looks obnoxious, but when you have this answer, it's so obvious.
Yeah, for sure. Olvaha, you got any questions for the guys regarding that first attempt?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, this is actually targeted towards Shivs. I wanted to ask you about why didn't you try Menat? Do you feel the matchup is bad? Did you feel like you didn't want to play Menat today, or how were you feeling about that?
To be honest, I've only played Broski's Aura with Menat so far because we play a lot on ranked.
Oh.
And I actually think this is the first time I've had to deal with the fireball zoning as another character, because Menat just reflects the V-skill 2 or the regular fireball. She doesn't have to deal with it.
Right.
I really just wanted to see how Laura dealt with it, and Rose, because I really want to play Rose. Rose is like... so much fun.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I love her design overall, and I think I felt like I wanted to see how Oro dealt with Clap, and it looks like he kind of has some issues with it. I think Menat beats Oro, so in tournament I would probably always go Menat for Oro, but I really wanted to use this like opportunity to try and test how Laura and Rose did in the matchup.
That's smart.
Okay. I'm sorry. Fair play. How come you didn't use EX Soul Punish a lot with Rose? I felt that you could have got a couple of game-changing moments and felt a bit more comfortable using Soul Satellite in neutral if you just put that out there and gave something extra for Broski to think about, especially the heavy version, because you probably would have clipped him and his the Nichirincho, the fireball he throws out, and then probably got a pick up with the Soul Bind there, but you didn't really use the EX version of Soul Punish a lot, Shivs.
So my main issue right now that I'm having as a player is that I'm playing way too many characters. So if you watch my stream these days, you'll see me playing Laura, Menat, Rose. I'm playing Falk, Balrog. I'm playing Ryu. I'm playing Cammy. I'm playing...
he said Balrog.
I'm not really like spending the time to invest into learning these characters completely properly as much as I am just to try to entertain the people. So my Laura and Menat are really polished and like ready for tournament, but then my Rose is still really rough around the edges. And in the recent update where they buffed Rose, that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to give this character a proper try again.
Okay.
But yeah, I do have a lot to like learn with the character still. So like these times now are good opportunities to learn it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, listen, man, I play a little bit of Rose as well. Me and you should chat about Rose, and then we can.
I play Rose too,
Jammerz. No, you don't.
Jammerz, I play. Bro, I play Rose. I just played Rose last week.
No, you don't.
Shivs, I play Rose. Don't listen to Jammerz. He's a liar.
You are suffering in silence with Birdie. That's what you're doing. You're just suffering, and you're saying everybody's random, picking characters that get partial moves with Birdie. You should pick Colleen, then you can sub Rose and have much more fun. But you refuse to do so. So therefore,
I actually
suffer down there.
I have a question regarding Shivs mentioned streaming.
Okay.
So this is actually for both. We can start with Shivs. You both stream, and what does your stream consist of? Is it mostly lobbies? Is it more like ranked? Is it more tutorials? Is it just for pure entertainment? And do you also make content on YouTube?
I have a YouTube channel where I did a full Manat guide from start to finish, like covering things from the character's normals, her specials, her V-trigger combos, B&Bs, everything, defensive options. I tried to cover the entire character from start to finish on my YouTube channel. My Twitch recently has become more of a format for me to... Well, I'll say last year I was primarily grinding to Warlord on my PS4 account, but since I switched to PC, I don't really care about getting to Warlord again. So what I'm trying to do now is play with a lot of my viewers regardless of skill and ranked, and try and give them advice and help them to improve at the game, so that we can help people overall to just gain their knowledge and get better.
That's awesome.
Otherwise, I guess I just mess around and play random characters on my stream.
That's also good.
Okay, fair play. Broski, what about you? How would you summarize your stream in a few sentences?
I would say it's a stream where I'm constantly fighting my own viewers who are trying to force me to play characters I don't want to play. That's the best way I can describe it. So I have a thing on my stream where you can sub to request characters, and I beg people not to pick Nash, and that has the opposite effect of what I intend. And I probably practiced more Nash this year than any other character.
I mean, have you, just an impromptu question here, have you ever considered playing a little bit of Nash, or is he just not your cup of tea at all?
I hate that character, and the more I play him, the more I hate him, the more he gets requested. It's a vicious cycle.
You hate playing as him and fighting him, or just one of the two?
I don't mind playing against him because like Dalsim kind of destroys Nash, but I hate playing as him. His normals are like so stubby. He's got these T-Rex buttons. I hate it.
What about medium kick? Forward medium kick? That's kind of good now.
He's got one cheat button now this season at last after however many years, but I still just can't stand him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the key to playing Nash is learning to use forward in a row. It's a really good technique that Nash has. It lets you move really fast, really far, and then you can throw or dash back. It's very good. You should test that next time. I'll be in your stream, try to teach you.
I think what we should all do is donate some money to Broski over anonymous accounts at one point. Just tell him to pick Nash, and he'll never know it was us.
Keep the money, please.
That's fantastic. I like that. Broski, I've got a quick question for you before I hand over to Veggey, because he's got a very interesting question he does want to ask you. Have you ever considered using, I think it's called Minamushi, the V-Skill 2 with Oro and his V-Trigger 1, or is that very lackluster and holds the character back? What do you think about his V-Skill 2?
So the thing about V-Skill 2 is that the reason you would pick it in the first place is because you're up against a matchup where Oro can't really use projectiles.
Okay.
So if that's the case, I'm probably not going to use Oro anyway. So the few matchups where V-Skill 2 might be useful, where characters can just skip past fireballs for free, that they've already probably beat Oro in the first place, regardless of which V-Skill you pick. So for those matchups, I tend to just use Dalsim and then V-Skill 1 Oro for everything else.
Okay, fair play, because it looks like you have an abundance of fun using that V-Skill 1, especially when the fireball hits an airborne character. You're like, all right, time to play the Flash Grounds new game. There you go. It's just fantastic, having some fun. But yeah, Veggey, you had a question that you wanted to ask both the gentlemen. That was a very interesting topic. So fire away, please. We've got a little bit of time.
Yeah. And I think that's a question that we should actually ask maybe more often, because it is very interesting. Because I saw Broski tweet about, like, instead of talking about characters that I don't remember the exact context, but the gist of it was some characters are far above others and they have been for a long time. Okay. Even though a lot of people talk about how balanced this game is, this question is more for both Broski and Shivs. In your opinion, if any, which are the characters that kind of you feel are not in line with the rest of the cast and kind of on a level of their own?
Broski will go with you first.
Broski can go first, yeah.
Shiv both agree on at least 3 or 4 of them. I think we both think Karen. I think we both think Cammy, Rashid, Urian. These characters, they don't seem to follow the rules of like everyone else. There's a clear gap, I feel like, between these characters and everyone else, and it's been that way for quite a long time.
Do you have any like easy, if your opinion, if you could change 1 or 2 things with these, would you have any easy fixes that in your opinion would solve this issue with these characters?
Cammy, stand light kick is broken, give it some pushback. Karen's Orochi needs to be -4. I don't know. Urian needs to just be deleted from the game.
That came from the heart, definitely.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
That's,
Thank you for that. Thank you.
You say, Broski, you say before we move on to Shivs' opinion on this, but you say a lot of characters or some of these characters aren't following the rules. Is that due to their creativity, or is that just through stubbornness of how easily accessible some of these moves are? What would you boil it down to?
I think when I say a character doesn't follow the rules of the game, it's that they don't seem to follow the structure of other characters. So, for example, like Cammy has a 3-frame light that she can link into a medium, which is something that no other character can do. She's got a 6-frame fierce, which is something that almost no other characters have. You know, her dive kick, just like her VT1, is incredible, and she gets Oki off back throw after passing through. So like, she's kind of playing on season 1 or season 2 version of the game when everyone else is more normalized, I feel.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
That's a
I
good way to
understand that.
describe it.
I feel it's a very good point. And another thing with some of these characters, like, they don't have to hold it. Like, you corner Rashid, you feel like you're cornered. Union gets out. It's like, you have corner Rashid, he's mixing you up on defense. It's...
All right. Shivs, how do you feel about this matter? Do you mostly agree with what Broski has been saying, or have you got 1 or 2 other characters? I definitely know you do. Is plaster on your face, for God's sake, in this picture. You got any characters you want to mention that need to be sorted out, I should say?
Poison absolutely has got to go. Poison, oh my god, I cannot express.
So you think she's a cut above the vast majority of characters in this game?
I think if I had to give a top 5, I probably wouldn't put Urian in there because I have a hatred to Poison and Balrog. That's just my bias. Objectively, yes, Urian is top 5, but in my hatred opinion, it's just Poison and Balrog need to go.
He's saying that with the heart, because obviously they give some of his characters a nightmare. But what were you saying, Veggey?
Yeah, Arturo thought you would say Dawson, but I'm guessing wrong.
Shout out to Arturo.
I appreciate Dawson a bit more because I think Dawson actually is kind of hard to play, and like the people who are winning with Dawson have been like playing him since day 1, and they've worked hard to get him there.
That's true.
Okay.
But Poison.
Jammerz said, "Okay, with the least."
No, he's talking about Dawson. He's saying Poison. Good lord, continue. You definitely want to get this off your chest.
Nah, do you know what? I think Poison was the character I saw that got nerfed in the last patch, and I just looked at the notes and I went, "This is all she got." Like, what about that -4 overhead?
Wait, where's the rest?
Where's the rest of this?
Where's the second page?
I mean, look, I would take projectile invincibility frame 1 instead of frame 3 over the overhead. That's what I wanted, but they gave me an overhead, and I'm not really.
You can have that. Just
but you're not a developer, Shivs. You're just the guy who hates on the character. So I'm not.
You're just defending this, huh?
Well, I'm not defending. I'm a commentator. You're lucky I don't ruin your life every day in the bracket.
I do want to mention one other character that I think a lot of people sleep on, except for the people in Europe, and her name is Falk. And my god. I'm going to compare this objectively here. Rose's air fireball is punishable on hit. Falk is jumping around the screen like she's Cammy, probably more than Cammy, and just doing what she wants. You know?
Okay.
Warfields is in the chat.
I think he's saying that because Warfields is in the chat. He's definitely got something against a lot of these so-called zoners, or people that can basically traverse around the screen as much as they'd like. That's very interesting. You guys got any more questions?
I'm for feeling it.
Well, you definitely are. I mean, Phil's
I'm for feeling it.
You're for feeling it as well. So is Phil's.
Yeah.
Listen, man, he's qualified. Yeah. He's qualified for the cup. Have you guys got any more questions before I hit these guys with 1 or 2 final questions before we leave?
Oh, could you guys also just quickly, like, who are your 5 or whatever character you think is vastly above the rest?
Me and Olvaha?
Yeah. I think it's interesting.
Clear cut above the rest. Rashid's up there for me. So is Cammy. Balrog, because he doesn't get spoken about enough. I will always hold Poison in high regard because I play the character, and I urge more people to play the character, but they don't want to. Who's a cut above the rest? Dulcim defensively, but that's at high.
And offensively.
That's Karen. What you want me to say? What you want me to say, Karen as well? You didn't let me finish.
No.
You didn't let me finish.
I'm too upset.
Nah, it's more between Karen and Colleen for me, that last spot. But if I had to pick, I'd probably give it to Karen over Colleen, because at least Colleen it's more of a V-trigger stage. Karen is just from the get-go.
Yeah.
That's me personally. I mean, what about you, Olvaha? Is Honda up there for you? Cut above the rest in terms of annoyance?
No.
He used to be, though.
Yeah, he used to be. He's annoying, but like nobody's like really winning big things with Honda except for like Jamie. But I would have to say Urian for sure. Like everyone hates Urian for a reason. Then there's Rashid, of course. Like he's really annoying as well. Like there's some trend here. All these characters are really annoying.
Well, I mean, I don't know one character that isn't annoying in this game.
Birdie.
Rose.
Rose is annoying in her own way. So is Birdie.
But anyway, Urian, Rashid, Cammy. I would say Kareen, and the fifth spot. Well, I would have to say that Boxer. Even though I play Boxer, he's really oppressive. He's really scary.
Of
like
course
he makes you crap your pants. Yeah.
All the time, mate. I mean, look, at least we're in unison for a couple of these characters, but then one or two do differ. All right, I do have time for one more question. I hit this one with all my guests. I'm going to ask it to Shivs first because he actually hasn't appeared on the show. Shivs, if there was one thing you could change about Street Fighter 5, anything, get rid of Ed, get rid of Poison, give Laura 2,000 health, change a mechanic, anything you could change about the game without stating the obvious, what would it be?
I think I would change how V-triggers work in this game.
Okay.
And I would probably make it so that once you use your V-trigger, you don't get any more V-meter. I think 2-bar V-triggers, especially Colleen and Cammy when I say this, are extremely oppressive. And the fact that some characters can activate twice or 3 times a round and still just keep going and building V-meter, V-reversaling and stuff, I think it just makes it really kind of oppressive to play. If people had to choose when they activate with their 2-bar, knowing they weren't getting any more V-meter for the rest of the game, I think the game would probably be a bit different.
Interesting. Broski, do you share the same sentiment with Shivs, or have you got something to counter that?
I've got a kind of different idea. This is something that I saw, I think Zaffarino suggested this, and I've been thinking about it quite a lot. I think it's quite a cool idea. The idea is basically that if you V-shift a normal or a special, then you can't V-trigger cancel it if it's been V-shifted. Because I feel like one of the ways comebacks happen in this game all the time is you get hit, and then you take the meaty throw, and then they do like maybe sweep activate after the throw, which is also a meaty. Then they get plus frames, and then they do another throw. And like at this point on defense, you've lost like 2/3 of your health,
300
making the safest decisions possible. So I feel like if I knew my opponent wanted to like brain dead activate after a throw or something to get plus frames, there would be some kind of hard counter other than EXDP. Right now there's nothing you can do to stop that other than DP.
That's a good idea.
And that's even a risky thing in itself is here. All right, I have been told by my higher-ups I've got to cut this conversation short because somebody's got somewhere to be. But it has been a very interesting talk regardless. I'd love to talk to you guys more about this, but we do have to close out a show. Shivs, Broski, once again, thank you very much for participating in this conversation. You can follow them on their social media outlets there. I'm sure they'll be streaming later on this week. They do have a schedule. It was changed up a little bit because I wanted them to come on our show we do on Monday night. You can follow Broski at Broski FGC because he has some very interesting takes and interesting tweets that will make you laugh at least 5 times a day, probably 50. And then you have Shivs there with Shivyukin, and of course Shivs _ with his Twitch as well. These guys are entertaining people. They love each other. They love their communities as well. So do drop by and follow them. And also, donate a little bit of money to Broski if you want to see him upset, because I want to see him play Nash a bit and get upset. No. So he keeps saying no, but I can't hear him because it sounds like Richard's muted him. Sorry, make sure you donate some money to him so he gets to play Nash and suffer in silence. Anyway, gentlemen, you got any final words before we leave you?
Guess thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for having us, and good games.
And buff Rose.
Broski.
Yes,
Broski.
I actually agree with that. Buff Rose.
Broski, I can't believe you didn't say trash, get life.
Oh, am I allowed to say that on the stream? I'm going to say trash apostrophe get life.
Okay, we're going to leave it like that. We've got to let these two lead the call so we can close out a show. I'll probably ask you what that means later. But gentlemen, when you're ready, we've got to close out the show. So I'll speak to you guys very shortly. But thanks again, and congratulations to Broski for winning this set. All right, so that was a very interesting discussion there. And again, characters are cut above the rest. Obviously, in layman terms, you could say that's your top 5 or people that stand out in a lot of situations where characters can't do that. Because again, like Broski discussed, it's, Cammy can do crouch jab into back medium as a normal link when most characters don't counter hit. And you got issues with Balrog, and you got Urian's options. That's a very interesting talk there. So it's good that you brought that up, Veggey.
I mean, it is something that I think is spoken about a bit, but it could be... I think the game is, as people say, people are always saying it's so balanced now, and I think it is close to it, but there are some characters that just kind of like, they don't have to deal with the corner game. It's just, we're so close to having a game where everyone kind of has to hold it the same way. So it's very interesting to see what happens in the next balance. And it's cool to hear other people's opinions as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
the next and final balance patch, as you would say.
The final, and what happens after that? The final balance patch. What are we in store for, Jammerz? I'm just excited.
I mean,
the future is so
listen, if some of these characters that you people want to get nerfed don't get nerfed, that's it.
That's that.
Like
if Balrog is left the same, that's Balrog. You might as well pick him. You might as well pick him.
We should all be Balrog mains.
Yes.
You are not going to start the Balrog Rebellion now. I can assure you, it's probably not going to work unless everyone has.
I'm just trying to get my fight money. My fight money.
That's it. Anyway, regardless. But yes, we do have to show a couple of things before we leave. Once again, I want Richard to pop this up on the screen right now, if you can do so. We did have an EU member pass away this past weekend. It was Takamura's brother, Kester Roz. We do have a link that goes over to his donation drive for a funeral that the Belgian FGC put together. They've still left it open, so any small contribution, if you're feeling nice today and want to go for something over there, you can do that. Follow that link at the bottom there, www.eufgc.life. Also, if you do manage to find some time, drop Takamura a message. Just let him know that you know and you do care, because again, in the FGC we are one big happy family. At the end of the day, it was fighting games that brought us all together, and we're able to do shows and converse like this in general. Now, of course, we were supposed to have ISDD and Jimmy today. That's what a lot of people were expecting. That's why a lot of them tuned in. We couldn't do so because Jimmy was seriously ill and ISDD didn't look at his phone. That's why we didn't get those guys up. So we had an alternative. So we're trying to reschedule this for November 1st, it seems. So hopefully the stream team in the back, they can have discussions with these guys. And fingers crossed, because we had to delay it twice now, because the first time I was basically incapacitated. I couldn't do it. But we should be able to do this next week here. ISDD and Jimmy locked in. It will be the run back. Last time it was 10-5. Let's see if something changes between these two here. So hopefully you can join us on Monday the 1st. And then we're going to get some more sets lined up as well. Do not forget as well, once again, congratulations to Reitman's Barnet for winning the CPT, but we'll get to that in a second. Also, this is still running. These costumes are still available for purchase in the game. There are 2 costumes available with 2 colors for Ryu and Chun-Li, and the money that you use to buy these costumes is not going to go to Capcom. All the proceedings will go to the BCRF, and there's 2 ways you can do that. Of course, buying these costumes, and the other one is donating directly through Tiltify. We did have a lot of charity streams go through. Myself and Veggey were involved alongside St. Cola, Brian F, Luffy, Oil King, Punk. A lot of people were getting money raised towards this great cause that Capcom had in collaboration with the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And as well, if you want more information as to where your money is going for and what it's being used for, you can head on over to capcom.us/BCRF there as well. There is Street Fighter League Season 4 on YouTube. I don't know if we have a graphic for that, but there is Season 4 Street Fighter League on YouTube. You can go and check that out. That is week 3. 3 weeks are up. Week 4 should be happening this week. I was talking about it yesterday and I've already forgot. I've got a memory of a fish. But it's going to be happening every Thursday. An episode is uploaded there at 4 p.m. PDT. So that is California time, West Coast time. and you can follow that on the stream with Capcom Fighters, twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. You can follow them on the Facebook and, of course, their YouTube account, which is Capcom Fighters. But obviously, if you are on social media and you're very active, make sure you hit up Capcom Fighters on their Twitter at Capcom Fighters there. But it is Street Fighter League Season 4. Now, I believe that is it. Damn, I got to remember a lot of things. I forget one or two things. It's hard to juggle all these things.
You are magnificent. You are magnificent, Jammerz.
You're doing fine, babe. I'll tell you what I'm magnificent at. I'm magnificent at sleeping, because I'm going to be doing that in the next 2 hours. But before we love you and leave you, I got to let these people have the podium. You two can close out this show. Go for it.
Do you want to go first, Olvaha?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we had the CPT just last weekend. It was really fun. Our community was in a blaze, so to speak, because everyone was participating, everyone was hyping that up. So I just want to say thank you to all of those who watched that and enjoyed it with the rest of us. And I have to say that my Oro impression is pretty godlike.
Okay, hit me with an Oro impression, Olvaha.
What can I do next?
I give it a 9.57 out of 10. Is that a good one?
That's good.
That's not so. That's not Seku that you're doing right there. That's
no,
not
I'm
Seku.
doing the Oro.
That was okay. That's the Oro. Okay, yeah, because it could also look like the Seku. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. We had a great set, and I just need you all to remember that I am. Now that I have the podium, I am the favorite Brit. Jammer's not your favorite Brit. I am your favorite one. I am number one. Number one.
I'm number two.
You're number 1.5. I'm number 1. Jammerz is like number 5 on the Brit list. Behind Mark and Richard, who is on the stream team, you know. Thank you guys. We love you so much. And don't forget, they didn't mention it, but Dawson is so busted. So busted. He's so good. Croydon.
Oh, man.
Favorite Brit. Favorite Brit. Favorite Brit. Favorite Brit.